Hey everybody, I'm here. The unbearable truth about multiple sclerosis. I want to sleep all day. I want to sleep all night. A lot of the symptoms resemble depression. A lot of the symptoms resemble a lot of different things. Some resemble hypothyroidism. Some are thyroid problems. Some are it's just very hard. The biggest difference between depression and what makes MS different from depression?
I'm here.
Are you really in a good mood? You're just tired? Because everywhere you hurt really, really hurts. Example. For the last few days, I've been having this problem where if I turn my head to one side or the other, yeah, it's not really a smart idea. It hurts so badly. I'll give you an example. Get this thing off me. Curl up to get warm. Oh, my back is hurting really bad. So let's see. I gotta sit up straight. This door. So, down my head. So if I. Oh, hey. Ow! That's right there. That hurts. Oh, that hurts. Let's see. Take this one. That's where it hurts. It's right back here. It's ouch. It's ouchies. It's just ouchies. I'm sitting on a pillow. It's really not comfortable. When I sit on a pillow, I look at my butt. I'm not having a good day today. Today, bad day. That's okay. I intended to use this day for Tuesdays are my days I've talked to you guys about health, where I stand as far as health goes, different things like that. Tuesday's health day. It just makes sense for me. Sunday I want to do that for religious studies, because I do a lot of my Bible studies on Saturday, which you guys call Saturday. And it's for me, it's Shabbat, it's Sabbath. I study God on Saturday. Sunday is social. I could also use social Sunday to sit there and do the videos of everything that I've learned. Head hurts. Day before. Anyways, okay. Enough about my schedule. Oh, no, I'm not feeling good. I haven't been feeling good for the last few days. Yesterday, you saw me, I was chipper. Well, let's just say I'm good at faking it. So I have multiple sclerosis. And I'm good at making it look like I don't have multiple sclerosis. I just got skills. Okay, so I was diagnosed at age 28. It took an MRI, actually a series of MRIs. I think there was like 3 of them. The light is bugging me. Excuse me. I hate it when that happens. Random sneezes. Am I allergic to something? Who knows? Oh, I'm blocking the camera just right. Oh well. I mean, I can see my screen, but you can't see me. That's better. There we go. I just gotta keep my hand up here. So I'm sitting in my living room right now, in my blanket. I had background. Sitting in my living room under my blanket, watching my daughter watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. And that's the best way I can cope when I'm like feeling under the blankets. That's a good term. I'm feeling under the blankets today. Blah. Heat helps with the pain. I just unfortunately don't have a heating pad. I used to have two queen-sized heating blankets, but divorce sucks. If you're gonna get married, like, make sure you're like been dating for quite some time, and then like if you ever question anything about the relationship, if it just doesn't feel right, if there's something that feels wrong, listen to it. I was watching a really good YouTube video yesterday, and it was talking about how when we get cold in relationships, it's not... The reason why we get cold is because our inner child, the part of us that loves our inner child, says, this is wrong. There's something wrong here. Well, we don't listen to that. Or we listen to it and we get close to calling it quits. But then mom sits there and says, if you break up with this guy, I'm going to disown you. Yeah. And yes, Mom, I know you said you're sorry. You know what? Don't worry about it. It's something I have to live with the consequences, not you. I should have, and I didn't, and I... Oh well. 12 years, 5 children later. Meh. I don't look all too pretty today. That's okay. Some days you feel like a hot mess. Oh my God. It's actually really feeling good. I'm not feeling sleepy. I'm just feeling... My body's going, oh, you're not moving. Yay. Yeah. My back. So let's do a pot. I gotta line up a chiropractor appointment. I know what's really gonna help me out. Yeah, I have to line up a chiropractor so that way I could get my back popped. Anyways. I'll do that soon. So yeah, in multiple sclerosis, it's really an interesting disease. Well, I don't call it a disease. It's... Okay, a dis-ease. Meaning, do you feel comfortable? Do you feel good? Do you feel like your life's... do you feel easy? No, I don't feel at ease. I feel dis-ease. Like I said, my back hurts. My neck hurts. I want to do stuff, but I sometimes can't because I have no energy to do stuff. I get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed, and then I sit there and my brain sits there and makes this list in the morning. And then it looks at reality and it goes, yeah, that'll happen. Next of never. You know, it's like, oh, I wanna put together a puzzle today. Well, you might want to put together a puzzle, but you also have 5 other obligations that you have to get done in the same day. So what are you supposed to do, you know? I mean, my days go like this. In the mornings, I have to have the kids up, dressed, and ready to get on the bus by 7:30. Let's say 7:30. So that way they have some extra time to wait for the bus and not miss the bus. Okay. It's a show. Anyways, you know, I get the kids on the bus and then I have time to sit there and work on other things that I have to do. I have one other child I have to take care of here at home. And then I have I have to clean the house. I have to do all the stuff. And then before noon, I have to go get my 2 of my kids from the school they go to. So then I go get them. I run a couple errands. I get home, and I have more house cleaning to do, or I have this to do, or I have that to do, or I have this to do, or I have that to do. I have stuff that I have to do. You have to find hobbies. You have to take time for yourself. You cannot sit there and devote your whole entire life to all these things. When you have multiple sclerosis, you have to take things at a much slower pace. You have to do things differently than others. Most stay-at-home moms can run around the house and keep their house immaculate. Me? I mean, my counters in my kitchen aren't clean. When I bring home groceries, sometimes I can't even put them away. Sometimes, I mean, I can barely do the dishes sometimes, you know. They get all stacked up, and it's like, oh, great. So I then spend like the next week working on catching up on all the dishes. Woohoo. I mean, I have 4 children in my home, and if one of them is old enough to take care of, or to help me take care of the house and chores and stuff, he has done a decent job recently, but not perfect. And then I have 3 children who are 5 and under, and I can get them to do stuff occasionally, not all the time. That's okay. They're just little. I mean, as they get older, they're going to start getting chores of their own. Right now, they're just learning how chores are. As I relax my back, my body goes, oh, it's time to sleep. But it's like, no, not time to sleep. With multiple sclerosis, if you want to try to keep up with Miss Hyperactive Stay-at-home Mom, go for it. You're going to have months and months and months that you're going to have to stop and recuperate from all the energy you expended during that time period. Not fun. It's just not doable. I have an artist's eye and I see something really pretty. You know, and then I sit there and, I mean, okay, so those with MS, you guys have you guys got, how you take care of yourself. And you gotta take care of yourself. You gotta take care of yourself. And you have to seriously put some effort into it. But, then we get people who are, forgive me. I have people in my life who sit there and they tell me, oh, you don't have multiple sclerosis. You don't have any problems with you. You're fine. You're just whining. It's, you have people who come against you who sit there and say you don't have this disease or you don't have any problems, you're perfectly healthy. When I hear those people pop off on me like that, I so want to just give them a black eye. But I have no communication with those who have said things like that to me. People who have denied my health problems, I don't have communication with them. But I have communication with people who are in communication with them, and it's like, it's my ex-husband's family that says all this. And I know he listens to them because he listened to them while I was still with him. And he listens to them to this day. They sit there and say, oh, she's perfectly fine, perfectly healthy, there's nothing wrong with her. And it's like, wow, did you ask me how much pain I'm in? Do you sit there and talk to me as far as, what's going on in my life? And of course they don't. It's... If you know somebody who says they have MS, and they don't look like they have MS, they look perfectly fine, perfectly normal, don't judge. Because what you don't know is they're probably they're probably really good at hiding it. Because it's easy to hide multiple sclerosis. If you can walk and you can kind of look normal. I I have balance issues, and a lot of them. I play my balance issues off as dancing. And so it's like, you see me in the grocery store and I'm like dancing down the aisles. I'm not dancing down the aisles on purpose. I'm about ready to run into the shelves on either side of me. So, I use the basket to sit there and balance myself, or I use things. I sit there and I use my environment. I use situations to kind of like, make things seem like it's not that bad. What I can't hide sometimes is the pain. Sometimes it's like the pain is so immense. Pain is so immense that when you sit there and you see me and oh my gosh. Sorry, I had a stretch attack. Okay. So, you sit there and it's like, oh, that felt good, that stretch attack. But I lost track where I was. And that's why you sit there and see my videos the way that you do. I have MS. My brain's over there, over there, over there, over there. It's everywhere. So I'm not normal in anywhere. Not allowed to see that. I would just notice. Anyways, you know. Seriously trying to remember what I was thinking about. Oh, it was my coping. How I cope with depression. I use a lot of herbal teas. I use aromatherapy, essential oils. I can spend upwards of close to $10. No, sorry. No, not $10. On average, you could say I spend about $50 a month in essential oils. Just to kind of sit there and like alter my thought processes. And that's part of aromatherapy, is to alter your thought processes so you don't sit there and dwell on things that don't make you feel good. Morning routine. I'm trying to remember what I used to do when I used to work. I would have to get up at like 5 a.m. When I was working at one place, I'd get up at 5 a.m. to sit there and, open up, like when I was working at Subway. Well, and I had a really good routine to where I got up, I was rip-roaring. You couldn't stop me for the day. And, I miss that routine. I miss how I used to do that. I'm trying to figure out what I used to do, and I think I'm close. There's one big problem that I have, and we'll just cross that bridge when we get there. Some of the things I've noticed that like wake me up is like I have a bottle of water on my table by my bed, so that way I can sit there and I take a drink of water, and then I have an essential oil blend. You saw that last week, and that blend actually just makes me go from to it brightens my eyes because it makes me feel better. No, not right now. My 2-year-old is interrupting again. Go. I'll talk to you in a minute. So, I use that and it kind of makes me feel better. And then I sit there and I think I have to add phototherapy to my mornings, in which phototherapy is basically you turn on the light. Turn on the bedroom light and you start waking up faster. I use, like right now, I don't have any extra lights on in my living room. And want to just curl up in my blanket and hide. I didn't need sunglasses in my living room. My dining room, where I was taking the videos before, it's darker. And, I mean, I could still see without lights on, but it's darker. Like, that much darker without the light on in the dining room. So I'm an advocate for phototherapy, aromatherapy, herbal therapy of every kind. I have a lot of studying to sit there and do in herbal therapy, but I'm resting my neck. But it's. I like alternative homeopathic medicine because the only harm you can do is from ignorance of proper use. For example, like you could sit there and you can use essential oils, but then like you can do it wrong. If you sit there and you buy a bottle of essential oils, okay? You buy an oil bottle. It's like 5 milliliters or whatever. Sometimes there's 15 milliliters, 10 milliliters, stuff like that. You buy a bottle of essential oils and you sit there and you go, oh, I'm going to use it to this oil is supposed to sit there and make me like lose weight or detox my body. Well, I'm going to put a drop of it on my foot, on the bottom of my foot every night. And then you sit there and 6 months later, I'm allergic to grapefruit. Why are you allergic to grapefruit? You weren't before. Well, that person was using grapefruit oil undiluted on the bottom of their foot. If you really want to use essential oils, okay, and you have absolutely no idea what you're doing, that you come across a bottle of frankincense, at least 1 drop of frankincense oil per, the strongest dilution I'd use for that is 1 drop of frankincense per 5 drops, a 1-to-5 ratio. people complain all the time. I have people who sit there and say, "Oh, this company makes a diluted product." It's like, what's wrong with that? It's safer because if you were to take a frankincense bar, a bark of another MS symptom is your brain kind of goes, you know what you're thinking, but your mouth does not cooperate. Seriously. And it happens quite frequently. Okay. So, if you were to chew on, I don't know if frankincense oil comes from bark of the tree. I think it does. You know, you sit there, if you were to chew on a frankincense bark, in order for you to, like, one drop of oil is, like, would come from, like a chunk of bark, like, probably 3 by 3 inches. One drop of frankincense oil is in 3 by 3, a 3 inch by 3 inch section of bark. So, you're not really doing yourself any favors. Let's talk about orange oil. Here's a really fun one I liked. It's a really easy one for everybody to realize, okay? 1 drop of orange oil is made from, like, 33 oranges. The orange peels is where they get the oil from. And I mean, that's not the only place in the orange, but that's like a key place where they get the orange oil from. But the oils, it takes 33 oranges to make 1 drop of orange oil. So what about lemons? Okay. What about any of these others? The fact is if you do not know what you're doing with essential oils, please use herbs. Please. Go to your grocery store, go to the spices section, get your ground cloves, get ground nutmeg, get ground cinnamon, get the herbs off the shelf. If you don't know what you're doing with essential oils, don't do anything with them. It's scary because of the things that can happen. For young boys, lavender oil is not good. If they haven't gone through puberty, lavender oil is not a good thing for young boys. It alters the hormones in boys because it calms them down. Boys are supposed to be active. Boys are supposed to be hyper. Boys are supposed to have to go outside and run and play. That's just the way God made them. Elohim made boys to be so active that they can sit there and herd sheep, till fields. They can sit there and, build a house. That's what they're supposed to do. You're hurting them if you are hindering them. Multiple sclerosis, I use coffee even. Coffee helps. Makes most of my body do what it's supposed to do. But it also kind of I don't know if it gives me the energy to sit there and do what I need to do, or if it sits there and it gives me slows my brain down enough to sit there and focus on what I have to do. So, either way, like 2 or 3, 2 cups in my coffee cup, or I have 2 cup coffee cups, and so that's that. That's I have 2 of those, and then I'm like my brain's on track and ready to go for the day. That's just the way that is. You know, I'm gonna wrap up with telling you my description of multiple sclerosis and how I define it and what it is. Okay, multiple sclerosis. What is the indicator is for it is it's like your spinal cord has this fatty tissue around it that protects your spinal cord from cold, heat, all those different things, when there is like electrical waves in the air and everything else like that. Stuff like electrical waves, energy waves, stuff like that. That fatty tissue is the barrier. So that way your spinal cord does not get those signals. Well, MS is like this. So imagine your spinal cord is a bundle of electrical wires. The fatty tissue is like the little plastic sheath around those wires. Kind of keeps the electricity going down that wire and not going into the other wires, right? That's the whole intention. Well, with MS, it's like the plastic sheath is removed. It's like broken off or cut off or, whatever. There's holes in the plastic sheath. So when you go to run electricity down it, the electricity is not staying inside the wire. It's going everywhere else. Now let's put that wire in water. Okay, your body is 75% water, right? Or something like that. So when the electricity goes down your spinal column, which is that's brainwave signals, when those brainwave signals go down your spinal cord, they escape outside the spinal cord, which then, where do the brainwaves go? Well, when you sit there, you put the wires in a water, you can't touch the water without getting electrocuted. Okay? That is electrified water. Well, your body, a person with MS, their body is getting signals from the brain to parts of their body that aren't supposed to receive these signals. So then you kind of have a lot of miscommunications. I have misfires, backfires. I fall. Lots of stuff happens. So that's the way I describe MS. It's not very fun. What causes it's the myelin sheath, okay? That's what the fatty tissue is. The myelin sheath, what causes it to become missing is white blood cells. It sits there, they eat the myelin sheath. One of the first things that happened before I was diagnosed with MS, before I got the diagnosis, I had a blood test done, and the blood test came back that I have an excessive amount of white blood cells in my body. So my body is working quadruple hectic overtime all the time. Gee, I wonder why I'm tired. Between my body and my brain, rest doesn't happen. Okay? Anyways, I've occupied enough of your time today. Just as this was my health note for the week, and I might do a demonstration of the essential oils, Simply Earth essential oils kit. We'll see how time goes. Have a good day. God bless. Bye.